Do 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 Mr. B, yeah. Well, hello everybody. I'm back with some tips for effective studying. That's right, this is Mr. B's top 3 tips for effective studying. Tip number 1, set a goal. Think about why you need to study at all. What's the point? If you can't answer that question, you probably need to sit down and have a conversation with yourself. I mean, what is it that you want to achieve? What behaviors or habits or strategies do you want to develop? Why are you doing this instead of playing deep.io?
How do I use my boost? Okay. Oh God. Okay. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Oh no.
When setting a goal, consider just writing it down. Mr. B uses the SMART goal strategy when developing targets that I want to reach towards. A SMART goal is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. For instance, my goal for the upcoming English exam might be something like, I will achieve a score within 5% of my class average on my upcoming English exam. To accomplish this, I will study 30 minutes at least 4 times a week until the exam. Tip number 2, organize yourself. Set up your study space. Every Google search of the top study tips has avoid distractions as the number 1 tip. I mean, that's hyperbole. Obviously, not every Google search has that tip at number 1, but you get the idea. Designing a distraction-free workplace is important. Mr. B's ideal workspace is one that's quiet, public, and free from any technology that I don't need. Yeah, music's a tricky one. I mean, some people find it helps them focus, while many other people find it's a distraction. The research I've seen suggests that ambient instrumental music might be helpful. Think like classical music by Mozart, but music with catchy lyrics is almost certainly detrimental to your concentration. So the music you like to listen to probably isn't helping you to study. As much as it pains me to say it, you should probably turn off the music while you study. Listen to it before, listen to it afterwards, turn it off while you study. I mean, it makes sense, right? You want to focus your full attention on the thing you're doing rather than those awesome lyrics to the new Justin Bieber song. Is Justin Bieber still a thing? Like, I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't. Selena Gomez. I don't. Is that a person? Maybe. I'm gonna find this out. Let's Google. Okay. Let's look this up here. Is Justin Bieber, capitalized, Justin Bieber still a thing? Oh, that's rude. Okay. Oh, Selena Gomez. See? Told you. Okay. Still a thing. Public spaces are accountable ones. When you're alone in your room studying, it's easy to drift off into your playing with your Star Wars figurines, or reading hockey blogs, or snappy chatting with someone on that Squid Ghosty app or whatever it is. Study in a group with others who will pull you back when you lose focus, or ask your mumsy or your pop to check in with you to help you stay on track. Seriously, this one is hard to do. It's easy to say, oh man, I totally need my computer in order to study, but do you? Do you really? I mean, your computer, your phone, your tablet, all these wonderful devices can help you out with so many tasks, but they also contain myriad distractions like Clash Royale or Roblox. I mean, studies show that you use a different part of your brain when you write or draw with a pencil than you do when you type, and often the connections you make with when you're writing something down are ones that help you store that information longer term. So if possible, use a pen and paper when studying and avoid screens altogether. I guess like this one's actually like an addendum, like tip 2B, not. No. Either way, you should follow a study schedule. When you're making a study schedule, look at your test outline and think about what needs to be accomplished. Think about the types of questions that are going to be on the test and the topics that will be covered, so you know what you should focus on. Take out your calendar or your agenda and map out a number of sessions where you will be devoting yourself to studying. Set specific goals for each of these study sessions, like which topics you're going to cover by the end of the session. Tip number 3, use effective study techniques. If you want to study well, you need to study actively. Just reading through your notes isn't really studying. What it is a waste of time. You need to produce something when you study. Writing, sounds, pictures, a diorama, I don't know, but you need to produce something. There are so many study activity ideas that we can work on in class, but you really need to make sure that when you sit down to study, you're doing something actively and you're producing something. Otherwise, don't do it. It's not worth it. There you have it, Mr. B's top 3 tips. I should stop doing that. Mr. B's top 3 tips for effective studying. Number 1, set a goal. Number 2, organize yourself and make sure you have a study schedule. Number 3, use effective study techniques. Do these 3 tips and you're well on your way to success. Now, for my grade 8 English class, we do have an exam coming up, and we're going to be spending time in class discussing exactly what's on that exam, as well as ways that you can set yourself up for success on the day of the exam. So get ready for that. Another video coming up in the next little while. For all those not in my class, I don't know why you're watching, but welcome, and we'll see you soon. See you soon. See you soon. Soon, soon, soon. Soon, 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 soon. That's a funny word. Do 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 Mr. B.